President Trump has toned down his rhetoric on India in recent weeks. Celebrating the Diwali festival at the White House, Trump said a trade deal is nearing with India after his call with Prime Minister Modi.
Conversation. We talk about trade, we talk about a lot of things, but mostly the world of trade. He's very interested in that.
Trump once again said Modi had assured him that India would wind down its Russian oil purchases, raising the prospects for a reprieve. In a post, next, Modi acknowledged the call but did not share the contents of the discussion.
So I spoke to the Prime Minister Modi today, as I mentioned before, and we just have a very good relationship. And he's not going to buy much oil from Russia. He wants to see that war end as much as I do. He wants to see the war end with Russia, Ukraine. And as you know, they're not going to be buying too much oil. So they've cut it way back, and they're continuing to cut it way back.
However, there was a slight change in Trump's latest remarks compared to previous statements. Last week, the U.S. president said he had assurances from Modi that India would stop buying oil from Russia. On Tuesday, Trump said India will not buy that much oil from Russia. So does Trump want India to stop buying Russian oil or just reduce its energy imports? Previously, the U.S. president had also noted that once the war ends, India could go back to buying Russian oil. Those inconsistencies in Trump's statements raises several important questions. What's his real motive? Is it to end the Ukraine war, or is it a geopolitical move by driving a wedge in India-Russia's relations? And is his demands for India to curb Russian energy purchases short-term or long-term? On the other hand, India has stood its ground and diplomatically said the country's choices will be determined with its consumers as a priority. This brings another question to the fore. Will a trade deal hinge on satisfying Trump's pressure on India to curb Russian oil imports? Still, both sides have said that trade talks are ongoing and moving along at a solid pace. The latest details on the negotiations show India's willingness to import more non-genetically modified American soya and corn. Previously, India had concerns about importing genetically modified corn and soybeans due to fears of them entering the food chain. While the negotiations are ongoing, potential proposals include allowing GM corn for ethanol production and not direct food consumption. Even GM soya is being considered for India's rapidly expanding poultry and livestock sectors. American GM soybeans are being looked at as an alternative cooking oil to expensive sunflower imports. The U.S. is seeking new markets for its agricultural products after trade disputes with China. India has also proposed to buy more U.S. oil for a trade deal. Hopes are for a pact at the APEC summit next week, or at least a mini deal. An agreement is likely to cut the 50% tariff imposed. Some reports citing sources show that the tariff could be cut to as low as 15%. However, that is yet to be confirmed by official sources.